What up, y'all? It's your girl, Lady T. Marie with Itz A Chicago Vibe, and we will be dropping a new episode every week. Stay tuned. What up, y'all? It's your girl, Lady T. Marie with Itz A Chicago Vibe, and today we want to invite a special guest, Law Speaks podcast. Stay tuned.
You won't hear from me again. If you ever have a heart to communicate the truth, I'll gladly listen. But until then, this isn't a friendship I need. Later, Paul. Oh, and by the way, that $14,595, I know about it. I wonder what that was all about. How did he find out? How did he know I got the money? Oh, and by the way, I'm an audio-visual technician. You never know when I'm recording. Peace.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Itz A Chicago Vibe with me,
Mr.Success,
Lady T, and we have two special guests from their own podcast, Law Speaks. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First of all, tell everybody about you guys' podcast and you know what it's all about.
Okay. Yeah, you want
Sure.
to?
So our podcast is Law Speaks, and we talk about everything basically. We actually do sit down and come up with our topics, so it could be anything that happened to us within the week to something we might have saw on TV,
Right.
and everything in between.
Yeah. And don't forget about the music.
And of course, that we do feature indie artists as well on the podcast. So we have things like music takeovers that artists can do, as well as just featuring three artists every week on the show.
Okay.
What's up?
So my question for you guys is, how did you come up with the name Law Speaks? I know, but the people.
Actually, from my name, technically.
Okay.
my stage name is T Law. So, and she actually came up with the Law Speaks concept because I was saying I got a lot to say, and I need a name for this show I'm doing, this podcast I'm doing. And she said, well, you speaking out, so call it Law Speaks.
Oh wow.
So I like it, and I took
That's a very interesting name.
Yeah.
That's rare that you come up with a name like that, and then it matches with your name. So
Yeah, and it kind of came because I'm an introvert too. So because I'm an introvert, it's like, okay, I'm finally speaking out. That's the Law
okay,
Speaks concept, basically.
okay,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
definitely more the extrovert.
Oh, okay. So you the one that love to speak out, but I think when you have that, you balance because you guys are married, right?
Right.
Husband and wife. So, and that's another dope thing too. Not too many husbands and couples, can do like anything together for that matter. So, the mere fact that y'all doing a podcast together is pretty dope.
And you
Yeah.
guys mentioned that you have 3 artists a week on your show.
Not necessarily 3 artists. We feature 3 songs.
Oh,
2 to
3
3 songs
songs.
sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the different artists. Okay.
Yeah, from different artists, different genres. We've actually had every genre except for rock and roll and country.
Mm. Oh wow, that's good that you versatile though. Good.
Yeah, we didn't want to like
country
stay in a
artists
box.
on there.
Yeah, staying about absolutely. I definitely agree. I definitely understand that. You want to be able to reach every genre, of
Right.
music. That's amazing.
And how long have you guys been doing podcasting together now?
4 years.
4 years. That's what's up.
Yep,
Yeah.
as long as we've been married. So
Yeah, so yeah, our podcast is the same age marriage technically.
Oh wow.
That's a good
Yep.
So
thing. Oh, hey.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
we just made 4 years. So technically, at the time of this recording, we'll be at 4 years at an hour.
Oh wow.
4 years of marriage in an hour. Yep.
It's actually
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
Happy
belated
anniversary.
anniversary.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary. That's amazing.
Right.
So y'all have any plans to celebrate?
Yeah. We got 4 days planned. Yeah, we got a 4 day situation planned.
Oh,
So.
that's amazing.
it's
That's
definitely
amazing.
needed.
I
Yeah.
want to ask. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'll just know to say this definitely needed for sure.
I definitely understand, especially when you have children. You need that getaway, that breather. you know. I do want to ask, what individually, like, what do you do outside of the podcast?
Ladies first.
Wow. Always putting it on me. Jeez. Outside of podcast, I actually have my web pages that I have on Instagram. So I have two. One I
Okay.
started City Girl Beauty, and then that was just me getting on Instagram, just posting stuff that I like for like fashion and beauty and things like that. And then I have my second one, Honey Child, without the Y. And that one is more of my music page, and I do promote the things for the podcast on that one. But I'm like really into K-pop and as of late. And actually my daughter got into K-pop too with me, so that's something that we actually share.
Oh, okay. That's amazing. And so with you, Terrell, what do you like to do
Mainly outside of
outside of?
podcasting, it's
Mhm.
music, making music. Yeah, so yeah, basically writing music and actually working on the trying to bring some stage plays that I wrote back when I was younger you know, into fruition and stuff like that. And then me and my daughter have an actual spinoff of our actual podcast of the Lost Speaks podcast that we do.
Oh wow. So you're doing the keeping it in the family. That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a yeah. So basically, anything like involving the arts, basically, But the main thing outside of podcasting is music, though. I just basically doing the music thing, writing.
Okay. That's amazing. We definitely gonna have to connect and hook up and do some things as well.
All right.
Man, where can the people find you guys podcast at? And is it just video? I mean, video and audio, or is it just audio? Or
It's mostly audio, but
okay.
you can find the podcast everywhere. It's on all the streaming platforms. We also have a website, lawspeaks.net, where we got the podcast on there. I also have my music on there. So everything is like it's like a one-stop shop, like my boy Rodgers like to say.
Yeah. Shout out to Riders, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
He
That's
been
where I
on
got
a
the idea from. I actually got the idea from him to put everything in one spot. I got the idea from him, so I kind of took that from him.
Riders was one of the first guests that was on the show.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's what's
First
up.
podcast.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. So my next question with y'all is like, what are your like short term and long term goals? Like what do you wanna, what do you have planned like in the future beyond with the podcast and with, with like other things you have in the future?
Well, I know he was talking about doing more of a spinoff for his inspirational and motivational speeches that he does. He always jokes around because I say he's always giving me sermons without knowing he giving me sermons. Make me want to pull out the Bible real quick, but
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Keep it good.
but yeah, I know he was saying that he wants to expand more on that. And me being more in front of the scenes versus behind the scenes where I actually started like producing, and then I came into being a co-host. So just
Oh
doing more
wow.
things. to help him out, like editing and stuff like that. He's trying to get me to learn.
Yeah. So yeah. So as far as the spinoff she talking about, I have a couple of like inspirational episodes that I did, and I decided to kind of like expand on that and probably actually go out and actually pursue being an actual like motivational speaker because I would never consider myself a preacher at the time at this time. I ain't gonna say what would happen, but at this time I wouldn't consider myself a preacher.
Hey, if it's in you, it's in you. I'm a preacher. Ain't no
So
wrong with it.
no, I ain't saying no problem with it, but I don't see myself as a preacher, even though other people do. That's a whole nother story.
And he has a family of
Ain't
preachers.
nothing wrong with spreading the
Yeah,
word.
If it's in
yeah.
you, it's in you. Let it
Ain't nothing
out.
wrong with that, but like I said, I wouldn't consider myself a preacher, but I do think that I can encourage a lot of people. So that's what so I'll start there, and then I'll go where God will lead me at that point with that.
That's a good statement right
Yeah,
there. Wherever the Lord leads you, that's where you gotta go.
That's what's
So
up.
that's amazing that y'all, I love the goals.
yeah.
Sammy.
Yeah. And I just want to know who or like, whether there's a family member or existing artist or anything, who inspired you to do what you guys do?
To do what, like the podcast, or
Podcast, your music.
um, well, as far as the as far as the music goes, my older brother actually inspired the music part because he it was something that he did when I was 6 years old. Something he did he kind of trying to just keep me busy, and it was something that just caught my attention, and I just kept doing it from on there. And then my whole family just into music, so it was already in me. It's just something that just got expanded. And
Wow.
as far as the podcast, I just wanted to have a place to put my music out there and help other artists who didn't really have the actual platforms for their music because they were like either overlooked or didn't have a budget. So it was more of I seen a need, so I created a space for me and other artists to have that platform to share their music and to say what I want to say without any censorship, basically. So if I
Wow.
want inspirational, I go inspirational. If I want to talk about a random movie or whatever,
Yep.
I can talk about it without anybody running it because we in charge. It's our call. So
Absolutely.
Full
that's basically
podcasting.
that's basically what I got it from.
Also, you
So,
did talks with my dad too, because he was musically inclined.
Oh yeah, and her dad, yeah. I had a whole bunch of conversation with him. With her father, may he rest in peace. That was my boy.
Oh wow. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh,
My next question for you guys will be if there's like any celebrity artist, whomever you could bring on the show, to interview, who would that be?
I'm gonna let you have that one first.
that's hard. Because I like a lot of people.
It could be multiple people.
Um, I would probably say Missy Elliott would be like one of
Okay.
my top people. And the reason why is because one, I don't know how she's aging backwards. So I need to figure that out. But also because she is not even was, is still an innovator in music. Like
Yeah.
the way she started off her music career, um, regardless of whether it was her writing her music, doing her music videos and things like that, people are still like copying it to this day. And
Yeah,
she
absolutely.
and she's still reinventing herself. So I definitely would like to interview her for sure.
Thanks. Yeah. They say any famous person,
Mm-hmm.
definitely Busy Bone.
Busy mom.
Got to be Busy Bone because it's just because he has a whole because he has a vlog and just a legend in music and everything, and I think he would give us some of the best content and conversation ever. Ever
Absolutely.
just like listen to him talk and the way he just articulates, even though it like sounds kind of crazy, even though some of the stuff he say sound kind of crazy, but I would love to have him on there.
Okay. But I'm quite sure he kind of pretty close to the people that we know. So that could probably possibly happen.
Yeah.
You called Mr. Jones.
Yeah. Yeah. Knowing him, he might know. Yeah. He might have a contact knowing him.
Yeah.
Well, I
Hmm.
does know the land, so
Yeah,
yeah.
everybody knows.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, then also DA Smart.
Mm.
Yeah, smart. Okay.
Yeah,
DA Smart. I don't know if y'all should be y'all familiar with him, right? DA Smart.
yeah, Chicago guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Um,
put your left foot in front of your
Your right foot. Yeah. Him. Yeah, him.
mm,
Yeah. Definitely.
It'll be all
Definitely him.
right.
I've been trying to figure out how to get his who like what his booking situation is. I've actually been actually looking for him. His booking situation is as like how to book him.
okay.
So
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
yeah.
All right, my question is, if you guys had a chance to be on like a major network, how would you want the world to see your podcast? How I mean, like, the inspiration behind you, the meaning of your podcast. How would you want to be seen by the world, your podcast?
Mm. That's a good question.
That's tough to me.
um I think I would want to be seen as an inspiration, basically. As like a person who inspires people to want to do better, pursue their dreams, and an example of you don't have to be a product of your environment or the negativity around you, stuff like
Absolutely.
That's what's up.
yeah. Yeah, because
Def-
that's what Law Speaks is all about. You gotta. I'm about to say because think about who like the main host is. He's a quiet church kid who
right.
who talks about a whole bunch of stuff and does music and gives motivational speeches on his podcast. Who
Yeah.
who grew up talking with a horrible stutter. So give me an inspiration.
That's definitely an inspiration, I think. And
Yeah,
definitely with where we from, in Chicago, like people need to be inspired that you don't have to, if you have a dream, just go for it. You don't have to stay where you are. Like you said, don't be a product of your environment. Go all the way in. So
right.
that's great. Yeah.
And that's good because
So
the world, especially young black men coming up in Chicago, they need to see people like you doing what you're doing, rather than just the other stuff that mainstream put out there for them to see. So I think that would be a
Right.
good thing to inspire them to want to push their music or, just do something different in life, other than hanging out on the corner and on the blocks and stuff. So that's a good job. We need more like you in the community. So
Facts.
Yep.
absolutely. Speaking of inspiration, if you could inspire somebody out there, no matter who they may be, what is it? Um, this question is for both of you guys. What is something that you could say to inspire someone to be great in whatever it is that they want to start a podcast or they want to start an electrical company or whatever. How would you inspire them? What would you say to them right now today?
I'll take this one. um, so I had something happen to me in 2019 where I had lost my job after 8 years. I used to work at Best Buy and the store just suddenly closed. It was one of the flagship stores down on Michigan.
Hmm.
Okay.
And I was like really upset because I was like, man, I worked so hard, 8 years. I was like on the supervisor track and everything, right? Then all
Mm.
of a sudden it was gone, right? So I had to start all over, which really sucked because I didn't know like if I should go back into retail or just go back to school because I have a bachelor's in computer science. Um,
Okay.
I was like, maybe I should just finally go back for my master's or what should I do, right? Just out there lost. And I had just had my baby, she had just turned 1. So I was like, okay, now I gotta deal with that.
And we was planning our wedding around
Yeah,
that
and
time
we
too.
plan on running around that time too. So that's like threefold
Okay.
all at once. I was upset, irritated, things like that. And then I just kept trying. even though I failed and I was like, man, I have all these degrees and yet I'm not qualified, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it was either I was underqualified because I didn't have like office experience, or I was overqualified because of the degree I had. So nothing in between, right? Which kind of sucks because they said, oh, you can get a job, this and that, get a degree, all that stuff. Couldn't find anything, not even in my own field. So I eventually got a job with a property maintenance company, which I'm still working for to this day, 5 years later in January. Um,
Congratulations.
Thank you. Moved up 3 times, hopefully for soon. Uh, and I just said all that to say, even if you stumble and fall and you
Mhm.
feel like it's no way out, just keep trying. Because you never know what you're gonna do, where you're gonna be in like 6 months, even a year from where you are now. Um,
Absolutely. Wow, that's amazing.
yep, only because I kept trying. I wanted to give up, but he wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well,
And
thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
and you can't give up because it's a season, a time of season for everything, and so if you give up, you'll never see what the other side will be like. So that's good. That's a blessing that you got double for your trouble. You know what I mean?
Yep, that definitely. And I was like, it was meant for me to be at the company that I'm at because nothing else worked out except for this company. So
Yeah.
I was
That's
like,
how you know you right where God wants you to be because
mm-hmm.
He only opened the doors He wants you to walk in. You know
Yep,
what I mean? So the mere fact, just think about it. If He wanted to shut down the Best Buy, you would have still been at that level, still connected to those same people. But now you at another place where you growing even more. So everything happens for a reason. Yeah.
And you got time to work on your own projects and stuff. So, hey,
Right.
yeah. I
Hmm.
actually got a 9 to 5 and not a 10 to 9 or some
Yeah.
type of crazy hours. It's rotating every week. So, and that's actually what I wanted. So,
Agree. Yeah.
Worked itself out.
oh
Now
yeah.
Right.
what about you, Terrell?
What I'll say to anybody, just pushing, you know, believe it's still possible. And, and remember why you started in the first place. So basically just remember that it's still possible to do it. Like she said, you're gonna stumble and fall. But like I recently said in the recent episode we just dropped, it's called A Child's Mind. Y'all go check it out. It's called what I was basically saying is I used a kid as a reference. You know how when kids first start walking, they start to fall, they fall, but they keep getting up and trying to walk.
Hmm.
So even if you fall, still try to walk. Like still keep walking. Even if you got to scoop before you start to walk. Even if you got to crawl to it, I'll say keep going. And even if you fall, just keep walking.
Yeah,
Eventually you gonna get your stride and you gonna get up there. So just keep believing in yourself and believe it's still possible. And remember how you started in the first place.
and I want to add to what you just said. It matters too that you have people around you to help motivate you and support into you. You know what I mean? And that's what we see. What I see that from the time, as long as I know you guys, and we don't talk every day, but from what I've seen, you guys always together, working together, and that matters when you have two people that pours into one another and encourage one another. Like whether you in a marriage or not, you gotta have people around you to pour into you and to motivate. If you got people in your circle that just always negative, don't want to see you win, and just like you too old to be doing this. So just always negative. You gotta remove yourself around them type of people because you will never like flourish, with them type of people in your circle. So just wanted to
Right.
like
add
the
that.
fact that y'all doing teamwork together, that's part of a team. If he do,
Right.
Mhm.
she do it, you do it. So, and
Yeah.
keeping y'all thoughts as one. So that's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing, and it should be more couples follow you guys' lead and working
Absolutely.
stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. Like I said, we each other's biggest cheerleaders.
Yeah, and it's not
Yeah.
always easy. And y'all see the good outcomes, but we definitely might fight like cats and dogs behind the scenes. But once we turn the mics
And
on,
what
it's all good.
and what relationship? No, I'm gonna give y'all. I was married 15 years. My husband passed away. But one advice I will give y'all is just don't go to bed angry. You know what I mean? Don't go to bed angry, upset. Prayer is the master key to your marriage and the word of God. If you can allow God to be the foundation of your marriage and to keep people out your business.
That's the
That
number one thing
part
right there.
right there.
On one thing like that.
We could tap on that a little bit. That is the number one leading cause of divorce in America, around the world, is keep people out y'all business. Don't be letting everybody in your house. Don't be telling everybody. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand. This is for everybody, whether you're in a relationship.
Right.
Keep people out your business, because that's what kept the longevity of my marriage with my husband. I did not play. You couldn't tell me nothing about my husband, and you definitely could tell him nothing about me. You know, and we know, to be honest, like, we've never had an argument, because we had a understanding. So you got to understand one another like you guys do. Understand one another, love each other, and like you said, you're not gonna agree. Uh, any real human being not gonna agree on everything. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
disagree on some things, but as long as you don't go to bed angry and love on each other and keep people out your business, y'all will be together forever. So definitely apart. So that's
Right.
a beautiful
Teamwork.
thing, you know.
We rolled around the subject a little bit. I almost forgot my next question. But yeah, as an artist, I know you said about who you I like to have on the show, the interview and stuff. But as an artist, a music artist, what is one artist I say, I ain't gonna just say because I know it's probably a lot of them. Name me an artist that you would love to do music with.
uh Definitely Lauren Hill.
That's
Yes.
that'll be
Lauren Hill, that's like, if you talk about a dream collaboration, I mean, Lauren Hill and of course Bone Thugs and Harmony, of course, but Lauren Hill is probably the major one. It's just that I just like her musicality. Like the way she puts everything together, like when she did this one performance where she did X Factor with the Fuji song Manifest.
Mm-hmm.
It was a mashup we didn't know we needed.
Yeah, there you go. It was pure magic. So that's what I'm like. Since I've seen that, I'm like, I want to do a song with her one day. That's my collaboration. That's my biggest dream collaboration is Lauren Hill.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, we're going to pause for a few words from our sponsors and we'll return after these messages.
Business as usual.
DJ
What's
Mr.
good,
Success.
everybody? You know, when you're on to something good, there's always something bad trying to aggravate what you're doing. I made a TikTok a couple of weeks ago with this song right here that's playing. And it's a hook for an upcoming project I'm working on. And it's a self-motivation song about my conscience talking to me. But for some reason, I got a call from an old coworker. They thought I was referring to them. And I haven't talked to this person in years and don't have a clue what they're into or what they're doing. Last I heard, they were driving a forklift. So I explained to them what it was all about. That it was a song that I was promoting for an upcoming film I was doing. I even dropped a line or two for them on there so they could see that this ain't what you think. But when I got off the phone with them, I was wondering, why would they think I was referring to them in the first place? Then it hit the type of person who I was talking to. Never have nothing good to say about anybody. And even when I asked how everyone was doing, it was all bad news. So I could just imagine. So I'm here to say this. I'm a very kind and polite person. I'm kind and polite to everybody. But if you unkind to me, then kindness is not what you should get in return. Bottom line, when you're a negative person, you might interpret and receive and see everything negatively. That's why it's always best to think positive and spread positive energy. From Mr. Success.
Many people struggle with grief, and it can weigh you down. But God wants you to be free. There is a time, a season, and a purpose for everything under the sun. This commercial was sponsored by Itz A Chicago Vibe with Lady T. Marie and Mr.Success.
DJ Mr.Success.
It's a Chicago Vibe, now streaming on all platforms, wherever you get your podcasts. From Lady T. Marie and yours truly, Mr.Success. All right, everybody, welcome back to It's a Chicago Vibe. We are here with two podcasters. Lost Speaks, very catchy name. Look it up. Sound like he's a very interesting show. I'm definitely gonna check it out after we get off this show. You know, anybody that do music definitely inspires me, and say you seem like a positive brother that's out there
Absolutely.
inspiring people. So definitely need stuff like that, you know. And tell the people again where they can find you at.
You can find me mainly on lawspeaks.net. That's LAWSPEAKS.net. And then my social media, you could do Terrell Lawson T Law, and I should pop up on Facebook.
Okay. But definitely check out their website. You can't go wrong. Very intelligent brother, so check them out, you know.
Absolutely. We do a segment called "What's Good in the Hood." We're supposed to do it every week, but we want to do that.
Yeah, we could go kick it off.
Okay.
Let's do it with the guests. Let's see what the guests got cooking or going on. What's some good that's going on in you guys' community that you could tell the people about?
That's on you, baby.
Okay. I actually my daughter's school said that they were going to have a Halloween party for the kids in the community, which is kind of cool because they usually don't have like community Halloween parties as of right
Okay.
now. And we were looking for something to do with her on Halloween too, which is kind of cool because it was like no kid stuff, all adult stuff.
Okay.
And it's powered by Project Hood, and also a few other community organizations. So that's also like really cool. There's something that's going on actually our neighborhood of South Shore. So
What's up?
yeah, it's
That's what's up.
awesome.
I just want to add also, what's good in my hood is I want to give a shout out to the Hugs Foundation, the Habitat of Humanity, all the nonprofit organizations who have been helping people, whether you help feed the poor, the homeless, whether you give out clothing or furniture, whatever you do to help make somebody else's life better. We give a shout out to you guys. And if you guys would like to be a part of the show, you can inbox us or contact us on our website, and we'll have that in the description below.
So what's up? And what's going good in my hood? Jeffrey Manor stand up. Brother Gibson always doing something with the youth. Right now, he's doing them. It's basketball season turning up. He's doing a fundraiser to get kids uniforms and stuff. So that's what's good going on in my hood right now. Like I say, Brother Gibson always got some good going on for the youths, and that's what he got going on this week. So, and like Lady T say, check us out on our website. It's a Chicago Vibe, and inbox us for anything, messages, suggestions, things you liked. Would even tell us things you didn't like about the show. You know what I'm saying? So, but on
Oh,
that note, Lady T, you know the business. Hit the people with the words of affirmation for the day.
the words of affirmation is today is keep striving, keep going. Know that you are not perfect. Know that you're striving to be perfected, but sometimes, sometimes things, obstacles may come in your way, and you may feel like giving up. But I'm here to encourage you to let you know to not throw in the towel, to keep going, and know that the best is always yet to come. I'm your girl, Lady T. Marie, with Itz A Chicago Vibe, signing out and sending love to the world and hugs to them thugs.
DJ Mr.
Never throw in the
Success.
towel, jump over them obstacles. And you know my motto: when you with Mr. Success, you always have a ball. If I can't tell the truth, it's nothing at all. Mr. Success, bringing pleasure, no stress. Until next time, y'all, peace.
So.
C-H-I-C-A-G-O, C-H-I-C-A, let's go, go, 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 C-H-I-C-A-G-O, C-H-I-C-A, let's go.
Thank y'all for tuning in to It's a Chicago Vibe. But before you go, don't forget to click the link below and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.